Information technology. It's the engine of modern life. It powers our communication, our work, and our entertainment. But this dependence comes at a cost. The same technology that connects us also presents profound social challenges. Our world is awash in data. Every click, every search, every online interaction leaves a digital footprint. This data can be used for good, but it also raises concerns about privacy and surveillance. The digital revolution has brought undeniable progress, but it has also exacerbated existing inequalities. Welcome to Techandtrek. This channel explores the intersection of technology and society. We delve into the past to understand the present. Join us as we navigate the complex terrain of the digital age. Techandtrek is about more than just gadgets and gizmos, it's about the human impact of technology. In this episode, we'll journey into the heart of IT's social impact. We'll explore three major issues: privacy concerns, the digital divide, and the spread of misinformation. Get ready to trek with us through the digital landscape. Our goal is to empower you, the viewer, to navigate the digital world consciously and critically. The digital world thrives on data. Every click, every search, every interaction leaves a digital trail. This data, often collected without our explicit knowledge, paints a detailed picture of who we are. Companies use our data to target us with personalized ads, predict our behavior, and even influence our decisions. While this might seem innocuous, the implications for individual privacy are far-reaching. The line between convenience and intrusion is becoming increasingly blurred. Often we agree to lengthy terms and conditions without fully understanding how our data will be used. This lack of transparency erodes trust and raises concerns about the ownership and control of our digital selves. The erosion of privacy in the digital age is not just a theoretical concern. It has real-world consequences. Our personal information is vulnerable to breaches, hacks, and misuse. Data breaches have become commonplace, exposing sensitive information like social security numbers, financial records, and even health data. Beyond data breaches, the very nature of online communication creates new vulnerabilities. Social media platforms create opportunities for surveillance and manipulation. Governments and corporations are increasingly using sophisticated technologies for surveillance and control. As these technologies become more powerful, it's crucial to establish clear ethical guidelines and legal frameworks to protect our fundamental rights in the digital realm. The Panopticon updated surveillance in the digital era. The concept of the Panopticon, a prison design where inmates are constantly visible to an unseen guard, has become a powerful metaphor for surveillance in the digital age. This pervasive surveillance can have a chilling effect on free speech and dissent. Tech companies, often with profit motives, play a significant role in this ecosystem. They collect vast amounts of data on our online behavior, often without our explicit consent. The algorithms that govern our digital lives are often opaque and unaccountable, raising concerns about bias, discrimination, and the potential for manipulation. By acknowledging the challenges and engaging in informed debate, we can begin to develop solutions that balance security concerns with the preservation of civil liberties. Seeking shelter. Safeguarding your digital self. Navigating the digital landscape safely and ethically requires a proactive approach. We must be aware of the ways our data is being collected and used, and we must demand greater transparency and control. Using strong passwords, enabling two-factor authentication, and being cautious about the information we share online are essential first steps. Supporting organizations that advocate for digital rights and holding tech companies accountable for their data practices are also important steps. By being mindful of our digital footprint and advocating for stronger privacy regulations, we can help shape a digital future that respects our fundamental rights and freedoms. The journey towards a more ethical and equitable digital landscape begins with each of us. The digital divide, a chasm of disparity. The internet has revolutionized communication, information access, and even the way we work. Yet, the reality is far from this utopian vision. A stark digital divide exists, separating those with access to technology and those without. This disparity is not merely about owning the latest gadgets, it's about access to opportunity, education, and social participation. The digital divide is multifaceted. It's influenced by factors like income, geographical location, education, and even age. In many developing countries, basic internet infrastructure is lacking, leaving entire communities digitally isolated. Even in developed nations, low-income communities and rural areas often lack access to affordable, reliable internet service. The digital divide is not just a technological problem, it's a social justice issue that demands our attention. Education disrupted unequal access to learning. Education is often hailed as the great equalizer, the key to unlocking potential and achieving social mobility. However, the digital divide throws a wrench into this equation. As education systems increasingly rely on technology, students without adequate access face significant disadvantages. The COVID-19 pandemic starkly exposed the consequences of this disparity. Students without reliable internet access or personal devices struggled to keep up with their studies. This digital learning gap has the potential to have long-term consequences, widening the achievement gap and perpetuating cycles of inequality. Economic exclusion, the digital job market divide. The digital revolution has not only transformed how we learn, but also how we work. The job market is increasingly reliant on digital skills and online platforms. This shift towards a digital-first job market poses significant challenges for those on the wrong side of the digital divide. Individuals without digital literacy skills or reliable internet access face significant barriers to entry in many industries. Bridging the digital divide is not just about ensuring equal access to information and entertainment. It's about creating a more equitable and inclusive economy. Addressing the digital divide is not just a moral imperative, it's an economic necessity. Bridging the gap towards digital inclusion. The digital divide is a complex issue with no easy solutions. However, acknowledging the problem and its far-reaching consequences is the first step towards creating a more equitable digital future. Governments, businesses, educational institutions, and individuals all have a role to play in bridging the gap and fostering digital inclusion. Investing in affordable, accessible internet infrastructure, particularly in underserved communities, is crucial. This includes expanding broadband access in rural areas, making internet service more affordable for low-income families, and promoting digital literacy programs. Creating a more inclusive digital future requires a multi-pronged approach that addresses both the access and skills gaps that perpetuate the digital divide. The echo chamber effect: misinformation in the digital age. The internet has become our town square, our news source, our platform for debate. But this digital landscape is not always a neutral ground for information exchange. It's a breeding ground for misinformation, where false or misleading content spreads like wildfire. Social media platforms, with their personalized algorithms, often exacerbate this problem. We are more likely to encounter information that aligns with our existing beliefs, creating a feedback loop that reinforces those beliefs. The consequences of misinformation are far-reaching, influencing our voting decisions, shaping our perceptions of social issues, and even impacting our health choices. Filter bubbles and algorithmic bias, shaping our realities. The internet promises a world of information at our fingertips. Yet, the information we encounter online is often filtered and curated by algorithms designed to maximize engagement and profit. These algorithms, while intended to personalize our online experiences, can also create filter bubbles, limiting our exposure to diverse perspectives and reinforcing existing biases. Algorithmic bias is a growing concern. These algorithms are often trained on massive data sets that reflect existing societal biases. As a result, they can perpetuate and even amplify these biases in the information we encounter online. Addressing algorithmic bias requires a multi-pronged approach, including transparency from tech companies and ethical guidelines for AI systems. The weaponization of information disinformation campaigns and their impact. Misinformation is not always accidental. It can be a deliberate tactic used to manipulate public opinion and sow discord. Disinformation campaigns, often orchestrated by state actors or malicious groups, spread false or misleading information with the intent to deceive and influence. These campaigns exploit the speed and reach of social media platforms to disseminate propaganda, interfere with elections, and even incite violence. The 2016 U.S. presidential election brought the threat of disinformation campaigns to the forefront of public consciousness. Combating disinformation requires a collaborative effort, including improved content moderation practices and media literacy education. Media literacy education is crucial for empowering individuals to critically evaluate online information and recognize the signs of disinformation campaigns. In the digital age, information literacy is not just a valuable skill, it's essential for navigating the complexities of online life. We must equip ourselves and future generations with the tools to critically evaluate information, identify bias, and discern fact from fiction. This means fostering critical thinking skills, promoting media literacy education, and encouraging healthy skepticism towards online information. Critical thinking involves questioning assumptions, evaluating evidence, and considering multiple perspectives. It's about moving beyond simply consuming information and actively engaging with it. Media literacy builds on this foundation, providing a framework for understanding how media messages are constructed, how they influence our perceptions, and how to deconstruct their underlying messages. Promoting information literacy requires a multifaceted approach. Educational institutions should integrate media literacy into the curriculum, teaching students how to navigate the digital information landscape effectively. Parents and caregivers can play a vital role in modeling critical thinking skills and encouraging healthy media consumption habits. Ultimately, creating a more informed and resilient digital society requires a collective effort to empower individuals with the skills and knowledge to navigate the digital maze with confidence. The crossroads of progress, balancing innovation and responsibility. Our journey through the digital landscape reveals both immense promise and potential pitfalls. The same tools that connect us can erode privacy, exacerbate inequality, and manipulate reality. Innovation often outpaces our grasp of its social implications. These challenges are not insurmountable. Addressing them requires a shift in our approach to technology. We must prioritize ethics, social impact, and a human-centered design. Embrace technology as a tool for social good. Empowering the digital citizen towards a more equitable and informed future. Navigating the digital landscape safely and ethically requires more than just technical know-how. It requires a new form of digital literacy. Equip future generations with critical thinking, media literacy, and digital citizenship values. Understand technology's power, limitations, and impact on our lives. Move beyond teaching software. Empower critical consumers and creators. Integrate media literacy into school curricula. Teach students to evaluate information, identify bias, and recognize misinformation. Foster digital citizenship values like empathy, respect, and responsibility. Address the digital divide for equitable access to technology. Bridge the gap for a more inclusive digital future. The Techandtrek Manifesto, a call to action for the digital age. Let's distill our insights into a manifesto for the digital age. This is a call to action for all stakeholders to shape a digital future that aligns with our values. We must prioritize ethical considerations in every stage of technological development. Embrace technology as a tool for social good, incorporating diverse perspectives. Empower individuals to navigate the digital landscape safely and ethically. Invest in digital literacy programs and foster critical thinking skills. Bridge the digital divide and ensure equitable access to digital opportunities. Promote digital inclusion in underserved communities. Join the expedition. Your voice, your vision for a better digital world. Techandtrek is more than just a channel. It's a conversation. We believe that the best way to navigate the complexities of the digital age is together, through open dialogue, shared learning, and collaborative action. We invite you to join the expedition, share your thoughts on the issues we've discussed. What are your hopes and concerns about the future of technology? What steps can we take as individuals, communities, and societies to shape a more ethical, equitable, and empowering digital future? Your voice, your vision, your actions can make a difference. The digital landscape is vast and ever-changing. But one thing remains constant: our shared humanity. By embracing a human-centered approach to technology, by prioritizing ethical considerations, and by working together to bridge the digital divide, we can harness the transformative power of IT to create a brighter future for all. The journey continues, and we invite you to trek alongside us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Techandtrek for more insightful content. Together, we can shape a better digital world.